Hey you guys, I'm back again. Second video in this series, wanting to prepare you guys for everything that you need to know for getting your potential distributors on the phone, whether that be with you running the call or with you doing a three-way call with your upline. So the last video I did was about all the different ways that you can gather the potentials. So I'll link that one in the comments below if you haven't seen it. And now we're going to say, okay, so you did the things, you gathered the potentials. Now what do you do with them? So that's what we're going to do from here. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about why I made this shift in my business. So I've been with the company. August 6th, coming up here in just a few days, will be my 8-year anniversary. So I've been here a long time. Since my 7th month in this, well, no, 8th month in this business, I have supported myself and my twins, they're 11 years old now, on nothing but this income. So I have always been a consistent enroller. I have always been not a mass enroller, but a higher enroller. And, you know, it was not unusual for every month me to celebrate 10-ish distributors a month. So about 2 months had gone by, exactly 2 months had gone by, and I had only enrolled a total of 3 distributors in 2 months. Just, it was like, let's see, it was April and May. Yeah. And it just so happened that I had a coaching call scheduled with our Southeast regional, whatever she is. I don't ever remember her title, but Lanisa, you guys all know and love her. I had that scheduled for June 1st, and it was ordained for it to be that way because she, you know, I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about with her on the call, but I was like, okay, if she's going to coach me, like, let's do this. So I told her, I said, I'm doing everything I've always done. I'm not slacking, but my enrollments are down. And she said, so you're telling me you haven't changed anything, right? Yes, I promise. I hope she believes me. Like, does she really believe I haven't changed anything? And she said, you haven't changed anything, but everything has changed. You know why that is, right? And I'm like, yeah, because the world's gone crazy. You guys know we've had so many changes over the last couple of years. And, you know, by no fault of our own, people are a whole lot less trusting, right? So many Facebook scammers, so many people just going crazy. So she really opened my eyes and showed me that it was time to adjust my sales. I don't like change, but I'm not scared of adjusting my sales. I've been through enough change in my life that I know that when I feel that tension of myself stretching the edges of my comfort bubble, that no longer scares me or sends me into a tizzy, anxiety, nervous breakdown like it used to in my life. Now I recognize that feeling as this is the feeling I always experienced in life and in business right before I grow. So when you feel yourself stretching your comfort bubble, don't back down or you're backing down from growth. So I embraced it. I heard her. I heard what she was telling me, and it all made sense. But it was completely different than anything I had ever done. And it was actually exactly what I'd tried not to do all these years in my business because it wasn't something that I wanted to do. You guys have heard me say that I naturally am the ultimate introvert. I don't like using my voice. I like hiding behind my phone. I like using boards as a crutch. But in this day and age, it's not going to bring in the numbers that it used to. And it's not going to bring in quality people. And it's not going to bring in, for the most part, people who are going to stick around and do the things. Okay? So hear me out. She said, you got to get them on the phone. Your gift is your voice. Connect with them. Show them you're a real person. I'm like, okay, I feel my comfort bubble stretching. Tell me what to do. I will do it because I'm willing to grow. I trust you. I've only just met you, but I feel that I can trust you. So through our calls, through some trainings that I've watched of hers, I've used all of that, and gosh, I should have looked at my numbers, but that was June 1st, and I implemented it like the week after that. Today is September. No, what is today? August 4th. I don't know. I'm back to pretty much what my usual numbers were, like 7 to 10 distributors per month. And you guys, they are quality people. So part of our problem of bringing in people, watching people leave, bringing in people, watching people leave. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? It sometimes feels like you got to bring in 20 before you have one that, you know, it's like, why do you pay for your starter kit if you're not going to do anything? But it's because we're not connecting with them. We're not connecting with them before they join. And if you're like me, you weren't doing a real good job connecting with them after they joined either. So that's a whole nother training for a whole nother day, is onboarding, connecting, getting them excited, getting them up to speed. But this is why I made this shift. And I'll never go back. I really don't think I'll ever go back unless there's something out there that stretches my comfort bubble even more that I can implement. But I want to show you guys, because so many people, I'm so proud of you, have said, Jenny, I've heard you talking about this. Makes me nervous, but I want to do it. Tell me what to do. And I always send you guys a novel of voice messages because I don't do anything little. I don't know how. I don't know how to condense things. Sorry to make y'all listen to those. But this is going to be here for anybody who wants it. So I'm going to walk you through. So the last video showed y'all all the ways that I love to gather potentials. So some of those ways are going to be that they're commenting on your post, right? So you would leave off some of these first steps, and you'll see what I mean when I get in here. But my main way right now of gathering potential distributors is through business opportunity host to post. I showed you guys the exact post in my last video. So if you want to see that post, go back and watch that. So also, I have recently ventured into the world of TikTok. 40-year-old can do TikTok. And okay, so I wanted to know, like, was this even worth it? Like, am I getting anything from TikTok? So in my post that I have people post for me in the business opportunity host to post on Facebook, and even some on Instagram every now and then, it says text the word money to, and I put my phone number. Y'all are not going to get kidnapped through your phone. Don't be scared of that. Okay, so I was like, how can I differentiate and know what people are coming from TikTok? So on TikTok, I have them message my phone, text my phone, but I just have them text me $. So I've been getting lots of $signs too, so my TikToks are working. But okay, so when they text you, you don't know who they are. And one of the reasons that we do host a post and we do TikToks and stuff is to grow our network. So the very first thing I want to do is friend them on Facebook, because that's where I do most of my stuff. If you're an Instagram person, you can do Instagram too. But I'm going to walk you through, what do you say before you get them on the call? What do you text? What do you voice message? And then at what point do you stop? What do you say to get them on the call? I want to show you guys all of that. And then this will be good for you, whether you are doing your own calls or if you're doing 3-way calls with your upline. And maybe this would even be good for you if you're doing 3-way calls as the upline. We'll see. Yeah, I think it will be. So we'll cover all that. And I know this is going to be great for you guys. Y'all are going to love this because y'all all been asking for it. All right, let me share my screen. And let's see. Okay, so let's just pretend. Can I text myself? I think I can text myself. Sorry. There I am. Okay. I am going to share my screen and just pretend that, okay, here we go. Share my screen and pretend like someone has texted me a $sign or texted me the word money. And we're going to go from there. Okay. So just imagine, oh, and look at my name at the top of my screen. Like, gosh, probably like 6 years ago, somehow my child would have been a 5-year-old at that time. He might have been even younger than that, but he changed my name in my phone to where Siri calls me blue, 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 blah, blah now. And somehow it changed it here too. I don't know. So that's me. That's my name. Blue, 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 blah, blah. All right. So we're pretending someone has just texted me the word money. I don't know who they are. All right. So in my Let's Do This board, if you tap on Convo with pDT and then Convo Flow and the very first button, New Convo Flow. So I have this all lined out with my colored instructions for anybody that's new to this. If you like those written instructions, if you love this video, you probably don't love the written instructions, but I know different people learn in different ways. But one thing you'll notice is that some are black and some are white. So what I tried to do is put the instructions in black that are great to send in a voice message. Put the instructions in white that I just use the buttons for. You really don't have to get that complicated with it. Just send voice messages when you can, because it builds in your humanness. But let's go. Okay. So they've sent me a $sign or they've sent me the money. I don't know who they are. So here's what I do. I send this right here. Hey, absolutely. Happy to fill you in. This is Jenny Schoenfeld Kinnemer. Who am I chit-chatting with? My dog. Sorry, you guys. Maybe she'll stop. So I give them my full Facebook name. Is that Chase? Will you let him in so she'll stop barking? I give them my full Facebook name, hoping that they will reciprocate. I didn't say this is my Facebook name, but at least hopefully they'll give me their first and last name and I can go look on Facebook. Plus, a lot of times, like if I know I've put up a few business hosted posts and I know who's posted for me, sometimes I can quickly just go to their friends list and find them in that person's friends list. But I don't spend a lot of time hunting them down. If I don't find them right off the bat, then I would probably say like, okay, so Susie Wallace. Actually, no, it's Susie Wallace. I don't know. So I would say, I would grab that screenshot because I'm not sure which one they are. And then I would send a voice message and I would say, hey, I wanted to send you a friend request on Facebook so that we're not complete strangers, but I'm not sure which one of these is you. And then I would send that screenshot and say, is it one of these? And usually they'll come back and say, yeah, I'm the second one or whatever. Occasionally, they just only give you their first name. So in that case, I say, oh, hey, I'll send a voice message if I can. Now, it won't, I think what it is it won't let an iPhone voice message an Android. So in that case, I try to get in Facebook as fast as I can so I can send the voice messages. But if I can, I go ahead and voice message them here. So let's just say they've only given me their first name. I say, hey, Susie, I wanted to send you a quick voice, or no, yes, I say, I wanted to send you a quick voice message so you didn't feel like you were talking to a robot. It's nice to meet you today. And I wanted to send you a friend request so that we're not complete strangers and you can check out my page. I have a lot of stuff on there that pertains to this. But since I don't know your last name, I can't do that. Can you send me a friend request? Here is my page. And I'll send them a link to my page or a screenshot of my page or whatever. So I don't continue with the conversation until they respond back and say, yes, this is me. Like they don't necessarily have to accept my friend request before I'll continue with the conversation, but they almost always do. So, okay, so now we're friends, right? So now we know who they are and they're friends. So immediately when I know their name, I tap on so I'm still in text message, right? Not in Facebook. Tap their name at the top, hit info, and you're going to go to info, and well, you would do create new contact. So I have all of my, okay, so I'm just going to scroll through here real quick. Y'all see all those white hearts? All those white hearts indicate to me that this is a potential distributor. So every time I save their name in my phone, I put a white heart. Immediately save their name in your phone, or it's going to quickly become overwhelming. You're so many numbers, you're not going to know who's who. And then, like, also if they have a different name on Facebook than the name that they told me, I'll put like Susie Wallace Jones on Facebook or something like that, because I want to know what combos go with who. Okay, so now we're friends. I've sent them a voice message to show them I'm a real person. Sometimes I will just say, hey, I wanted to send you a quick voice message so you knew you weren't talking to a robot. Hi, I'm Jenny. It's nice to meet you. Can't wait to fill you in. Okay, so they've accepted my friend request, and then I send this button number 2. Okay, well, maybe I voice messages this part, but if not, here's the thing. Can y'all make her be quiet or put her out? It says, perfect. I think I found you. I just sent you a friend request. Okay. So it's great to voice message this part too, but if not, you can send it. But really, y'all, send voice messages, okay? I say, all right, I have a question for you. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want to know where to start with giving you the information. Are you familiar at all with network marketing? I had never even heard that term when I first got started. So I send that voice message. Oh, and here's a tip too. If you're sending voice messages through iPhone and you haven't changed this setting, your voice message will go away 15 seconds after you send it. Not for them, but it will for you. But you're going to be having so many of these conversations. Once you send the voice message, there will be a little blue keep that pops up under that. Make sure you tap that to keep it so you know where you left off. Otherwise, you'll be like, did I ever message her back or not? All right, so I'm waiting to hear back from them to see if they know about network marketing. Okay, if you guys are doing 3-way calls, this is how you're communicating with your potential distributor before you get them on the call. So this is the same across the board, okay? So whether they say yes or no, the answer is really the same for the next part. And usually I do just send this in text. So button number 3 is my journey. Now I've got my little journey saved here, and you can read through that if you want to pause it and read it. But it doesn't say, it doesn't really say how big my story is. I want to be relatable. So I didn't put in as much as I could have, and I wanted to keep it super short. But I did that for a reason. So I send that, and then I also immediately send the this button number 4. So you can pause that and read that if you want to. It's basically telling them what the company is. Y'all are going to have so much interest that I don't want to hop on the phone with every single person that comes from all those 7 ways that I bring in potential distributors. It's okay that I'm culling through these. This is going to be a funnel the whole way. It's going to be people who are interested, people who, then there'll be a few less people who actually give you their name, a few less people who actually continue with the conversation, a few less people who say that they're still interested, a few less people who actually get on the phone with you, and a few less people who actually join. So remember, it's a funnel. You're trying to cull through them because you don't want to get on the phone with every single interested person that wants to make extra money if they're just going to turn around and say, oh, this is network marketing, no thank you, or oh, it works, never again, But even with that said, I have had people who've said, I've done it works before and didn't do well. But you can turn that around too. I signed up 2 distributors like that last month, and they're doing really well. All right, so I'm giving them a brief overview of what It Works is, and you know to like pause if the message ends in a question, right? You've got to wait for the response. So the last thing says, had you ever heard of It Works before? So no matter what their response is, your response is going to be similar to this. So all right, so this right here says, awesome, let me show you what all we offer. Well, this isn't everything, but this is our top sellers. We have 5 brand new products launched just this month. I really need to change that because I think they were launched 2 months ago now. But this is also a great one to voice message. And I also will build in like, let me send you a picture of our top sellers, and then I'm going to send you a voice message of some of my favorites. All right, so I immediately send this picture. And then I'll voice message and I'll say, I've lost 30 pounds on these products and kept it off for how many ever years. Some of my favorites are, I start each morning with our fat burning coffee, and I put our chocolate greens in it, and I put whipped cream on top and cinnamon and salted caramel. It's a whole experience and it's delicious. I'm still voice messaging them. I love our slimming gummies, our cleanse, our new stress less gummies are amazing. I could go on and on, but let me grab you some more information. That was my voice message, okay? So then, but number 7, it's all lined up right there. So, so to keep it simple, I literally share the products and business opportunity every day on social media. And I still post about the normal things you'd normally post about. We post content, follow new people to grow our network, message about the products or opportunity, and have tons of fun doing it. What most people are familiar with is companies where you have to buy a whole bunch of products and then basically sell it out of your home or whatever. We do that. We don't do that. You get a website that's all set up for you. So you just make a few posts and message people. Send them the steps to order on your personal site, which I will help you with, and the company sends them their order. It's simple. It's not complicated at all. We have so much help, training, guidance. You're always supported and never alone. We have Zooms throughout the week for those who want to hop on, and a team chat for updates and community. It's seriously so amazing. Does it sound like something you would be curious to do so far? So I worded that last sentence very carefully because I don't want them to feel like I'm asking for a hard yes or a hard no. But so far, are you curious? Because this is all the information I'm going to give them up to this point. I never give them the price of the starter kit. I never talk about how much we get paid. I never talk about the bonuses unless they're going to hop on the phone with me. They know enough to know a little bit about what it's about. Now, if they're serious, they'll get on the phone. So one of the questions that I asked Lanisa when we were doing this was, what if they won't get on the phone? She said, then they ain't your people, baby. So I was like, okay, duly noted. Okay, so when they come back and they give me a maybe, a yes, I think so, I'm kind of thinking about it, anything other than a no, then I send them a voice message and I say, perfect, I just browsed your page. I actually think you could be really good with this. So the next thing I'd love to go over with you is the pay scale, the starter kit, and our bonus structure. So they know there's a starter kit, okay? So it's not going to be a surprise now when I talk about it with them on the phone. All right, so then when they say that, oh, wait, hold on. So did I even say that? Okay. So I would love to go over with you the pay scale, the starter kit, and the bonus structure. And to do that, I do that on a phone call or a Zoom. Which would you prefer? I don't say I normally do that. I don't say, are you okay with that? That is what I do. If you want more information, you have to get on a phone call or a Zoom with me. All right, so here's what we've been through so far. This is it. I don't send all that at once. Let me note that. Of course, you're waiting on their responses. All right, so once they say that they are ready, that they'll almost always come back and say phone. Wait, wrong Jenny. Wait, okay. Where is my link? Okay, so I have set up a Calendly, another training for another day. If you guys want to know how to do that and all the bells and whistles and stuff, and if you want to upgrade your Calendly or not. But I send them the link to my Calendly and I say, wait, hold on. Let me grab it. I'll show you what it looks like when we do this. Oh, shoot. Highly, highly recommend that you do this. And I'll show you why. So at this point, I'll send a voice message and they say phone. I say, perfect. I'm going to send you a link to my openings. Grab one up and it'll text me and let me know what date or what time you've reserved. Now, if I'm available right at that moment, I skip over this whole Calendly link because I just want to get them on the phone. So I'll say, I'm actually available right now if you are. I've got like 20 minutes before my next call or something like that, or 30 minutes before we leave for karate. Are you available right now? But usually it ends up going this way. All right, so when they click on my link, I have my Calendly set up to where it's only going to offer 72 hours in advance. So I don't have to go back in Calendly every day and say, okay, now offer the 8th. Okay, now offer the 9th. It's always going to set it, it's always only going to offer 72 hours in advance because I want them on the phone ASAP. All right, so when they click it, they choose a time, they enter their phone number, they enter any notes, whatever, and then it texts them. I've upgraded mine, so it does text me when someone schedules an appointment. It also texts them, and then I've got it set up to send them a reminder text. Still, you're going to have people no show. It sucks. Okay, so we scheduled an appointment. That's like what, step 27? I don't know, but we're so excited. We're waiting for the call. So maybe, okay, so let's back up. What if you're doing this as a 3-way call? What if your upline is doing the call with you? So you have done everything up to this point without your upline. Well, if you're brand new, you may be doing like 3-way chats, but if not, you've probably handled this. But if you're brand new, 3-way chats are normal. So maybe y'all are doing that together. All right. But if you're going to do a 3-way chat, and this is just you and your potential talking, one of the ways that you can say it just where it won't be awkward is send them a voice message, say, perfect. I would love to. Okay, so same thing. I just stalked your page. I think you'd be great at this. The next step is I would love to go over the pay scale, the bonus structure, the starter kit, all those good things. And to do that, I would love to hop on a 3-way call with me, you, and my friend Jenny. She's been doing this for years. I just want to make sure that she's there so I don't leave out any great information for you. And I want you to get to meet her because she's awesome or whatever. So if you guys have been scheduling 3-way chats with your people and you've found some wording that just feels really like it flows really well, please comment on this video and share what you're saying at that point. All right, so, okay, so the day is here. It's time for the call. What are we gonna do? Here's what you're gonna do. So if you're doing a 3-way call, let's talk about that first. You're going to check with your upline first, even though your upline should know the call is coming. Well, okay, so you've sent that person your upline's link and they've scheduled the appointment and y'all both know when it is, whatever. So time for the appointment. Text or call or just text your upline first and say, I'm about to call her. Are you ready? Whatever. And then, because that way, like, what if she's in the bathroom? Like, what if she had an emergency or something? And then you've got the person on the phone and then she can't answer or whatever. So text them, make sure they're ready for the call, and then you're gonna call your potential first. Hey Chase, I'm about to call you. Can you just like answer it, and you don't have to say anything? Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how this works on an iPhone. Oh, I was trying to give you money. What in the world? Call him. Okay, so just answer it and lay it down, please. Okay, so once you have your potential on the phone, this is what your buttons look like. So you're going to do add call. What's a generic number I can call? Oh, and you have to make sure that okay, so when you hit add call, let me go back to the call. So when you hit add call, it's going to pop up your contacts. So make sure you have them in your contacts. So you're going to hit the contact that you want to call. Let me just call my mama's old number. It may be like someone else's number now and somebody else may pick up, but So once you hit that, shoot. Okay. So once they answer, do you see the button right there by my ring finger? It says merge call. So once they answer, you'll be able to tap that. But so, okay. Thank you. So get the potential on the call. Don't merge it yet. And just say, hey, so excited to chit chat with you today. Just greet them. Just, small talk, whatever. Don't take a whole long time. And then just say, all right, I'm gonna call Jenny, and she's sitting on ready. So it's gonna disconnect from you for just a second, but we'll be right back. So you hit merge call and get them. Okay. So once you got everybody on the call, just so sure, like, hey, you still there, Jenny? Hey, you still there, Susie? And then, so you, as the distributor who brought the potential to the call, you are going to introduce and edify. So Jenny, this is Susie. Susie, this is Jenny. Jenny, I met Susie through so-and-so posting for me, or she saw my TikTok and she's excited to make some extra money with us. Susie, I want you to know that you've got 20 minutes today of one of the most amazing humans I've ever met. I'm just going to pat that. She has been doing this business for 8 years and is super successful at this. And I just love her. So I want you to have the opportunity to hear from her. So then at that point, you just hush. You don't say anything else unless your upline asks for your input, because most of the time your upline is going to have a specific flow that she's going with, and like if you get the information out of order, it just messes everything up and it's so hard to recover. But upline, when you're doing these calls, call on your person and have them get involved. But really, my team on these calls, you don't say much. But all right, so now we're going to talk about, like, this is how the call flow goes, whether you're on a three-way or if it's just you doing the call. The flow is the same. The only difference is to make sure that the person who brought the potential on the call has a role in this. You want to make sure that person has the pictures that you are going to want them to send to the potential during the call. So the person who brought the potential on the call is the one sending the pictures to the potential, because you don't have their contact info. Well, you probably do if they scheduled their Calendly. But anyways, it gives them something that they can do. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Do I want to share my screen? Not yet. Let me bring up this. Okay, so remember, they've seen the picture of the products, but they haven't seen what the products can do. So that's kind of the first picture we're going to send them. But before you get into that, Lanisa always says, the art of listening is dead. And it is. And when you can listen to someone, it makes them feel heard. It makes them feel like you do have their best interest at heart. It makes them connected with you in so much of a deeper level. So you're going to just listen to them. But how do you get them to talk? Like sometimes it's like hard to transition into that. So normally how I'll start off these calls is, so if you're doing a three-way call and you're the upline, when you take control of the call, the first thing you do is you edify the other person that brought the potential on the call. So whether they've been in the business for years or they're brand new, you're going to say whatever good you know about them and how excited you are to work with them and how they're doing so awesome, and that you're so excited that she and honored that she asked you to do this, and then you're going to say, okay, so I know y'all probably already, or sometimes I'll say, hey, Sarah, can you tell me what you and Susie have already talked about just real briefly so that I know I don't repeat anything? So you can say, I told her a little bit about the company. I told her, I showed her a picture of the products. I told her how we kind of run things, but we haven't yet talked about anything to do with income. And so I'll be like, all right, I'll take it from there. It's my favorite thing to talk about. And so I want them talking about themselves first. every single presentation shouldn't be exactly the same because every person you're talking to is not exactly the same, right? So how do you get them talking? So I'll say, awesome, I'm going to go over all of that with you. But before I do that, I just want to get to know you a little bit better so that I know how I can best serve you and make sure I'm getting you the right information that you're looking for. So tell me about yourself. And some people will ramble for days, and let them. It's amazing when they'll give you all that information. Because they're usually going to speak to what their pains are, what their issues are, why they want to do this. But if they don't, if some people just say, I'm a mom of, a single mom of twins, and that's all they say, then you got to pull a little bit more information out of them. There's a little bit of an art to that. If you haven't seen Lanisa's three-way call video, I'm not going to go into all of that on here. I'm just going to give you a few tips that I love from there, but it's filled with amazing tips. So make sure you do watch that. Okay, so if they don't say much though, remember form. You can ask about FORM. So their family, O is occupation, R is recreation. What do you do for fun? And M is motivation. What motivated you to reach out to Sarah in the first place about this? And so then a lot of times sometimes they'll say, I just saw the post and was curious about it, but sometimes they'll tell you exactly how much money they need to make and why. If they don't, I really want to know that dollar amount. So I'll say something like, okay, tell me, I want to help you reach whatever goal you have, and there's no amount too small or too big. When I first started, I just wanted $200 extra because I didn't realize that you could really make as much as you wanted. And I usually will say I made $1,000 my very first month, and now it supports me and my boys. This has been my only income for 7 years. So there really is no number too large or too small. But what I want to know from you is, what amount of money would make you do a happy dance when you see that commission amount? What amount of money is going to make you do a happy dance? So they almost always say $500. And you're like, oh my gosh, we can do that. Quickly, let me show you how. And then, okay, so then we're going to get to the pictures. So let me screen share again so I can show you. So I'll say, hey, Sarah, can you please send Susie the picture of the before and afters? Let me find them. So all of these pictures are in the Try It presentation, which I hear is about to change. So these pictures may change too. So I'll just say, all right, so these are various products used, various lengths of time. You can zoom in if you want to see exactly what was used. And sometimes I'll throw in my personal before and afters too. So if you've got those, that's great. But I'll say, well, I wanted you to see these because I got a question for you. It may seem a little weird. There's no right or wrong answer to this either. But do you know of at least 4 people that could benefit from our products? Maybe they want to lose weight or get healthy. And usually they are like, yeah. But if they say no, that's fine, because then I take the opportunity to tell them that we have systems in place designed to bring in people who are interested in what we offer that you don't even know that you've connected with through Facebook. And usually this is not unfamiliar to them because usually that's the way they saw our stuff. So they're like, oh, okay, and I was like, and we're going to show you how to work that too. And then I'll say, all right, I got one more question for you. I promise I'm going somewhere with this. And I feel kind of silly asking you this because I feel like the answer is yes for everybody in this crazy world these days. But do you know of at least one person besides yourself that could use an extra income or would like to make a little money on the side? Most of the time they say yes. But if they say no, take them back to the fact that that's fine. I don't really tell them host a post, but we have systems for that. And then I say, all right, let's talk about money. Sarah, can you send Susie that picture of that picture you have with the circles on it? That's usually what I say. And then I'll say, Susie, tell me when you get it. I don't want to start talking until you do. And she said, all right, I got it. And I say, all right, it's kind of small. You're probably going to want to zoom in, turn your phone sideways or something. All right, let me show you this. There's actually 5 ways that we get paid. This is just one of them. But if we focus on this, everything else falls into place. Am I still recording? I really hope so. Yes, I am. Whew, good. Okay. So everything else falls into place. So let's talk about this. This is how we're going to show you and teach you and be with you every step of the way to earn $4,000 in your first 90 days. All right, so I asked you about those 4 friends that might want to lose weight or get healthy because they're going to go, maybe not, but we're just going to pretend they're going to be your first 4 customers. If they don't order, we got systems for that. So 4 customers, and then we're going to find 1 person that wants to make extra money. And usually what I'll do, just to like add a little flavor to it, is when they tell me that they do know of 1 person that wants to make extra money, I'll ask them for their first name. So then I'll say, all right, you told me that Angela wants to make some extra money. So Angela, her name's going to go down here in this bottom blank. And when you get all those blanks in that first circle filled out, you've just earned yourself your first $150 bonus. And that's not even talking about the commissions that you've earned on the products sold. Then stop, because y'all, those awkward silences are valuable. Don't rush to fill them, because if you are feeling that awkward silence, they're feeling it too. And if you hurry up and fill it, you're taking away an opportunity for them to talk, because they're going to want to fill that awkward silence too. And when they talk, you get to know what's on their minds. So I pause. If they don't say anything, then I'll say, all right, so does that make sense so far? Try to get them talking. And then I'll say, all right, so you've earned your $150 bonus, and Angela is the person that's making extra money with us. So that second circle then becomes Angela's circle. And in this business, we get blessed more by helping others than when we help ourselves. So when you did it, you earned a $150 bonus. But when I help you teach Angela to do it, you earned a $350 bonus. And usually and I pause, and usually they're like, wow, awesome, and if they don't, I'm like, how's that make you feel? Whatever. And so I'm like, okay, let's recap. All you've done so far is 4 customers, 1 new distributor. You've already earned $500 because we taught her to do it too. And then I'll say, all right, you do this sheet 3 times before the end of your first 90 days. You've earned $500, $500, $500. They're going to add an additional $2,500 on top of that. So there's your $4,000 in bonuses right there. And let's just say you complete it and you're only halfway through your 90 days, they'll let you do it again. And so I just really hype up how awesome it is. And then usually they're like hyping it up too. It's really still in my dang sunglasses on my head. It was squeezing me and making me have a headache. Okay, so usually right there we got a lot to, like, they're talking, I'm talking, the person who brought the potential on really hadn't said a whole lot. They're just sending the pictures. If you're conducting your own call, of course you're sending the pictures. And then so I'm just like talking with them, answering whatever they're saying. Sometimes they don't say much. So then I'll say, all right, before I get into the starter kit and all that entails, do you have any questions about anything that we've talked about so far? Anything else that you're curious about? Usually they don't. Sometimes they're just like, how much is the starter kit? That's the only reason I went on this call. Tell me how much the starter kit is. So back in the convo flow, down at the very bottom, there's a button that says starter kit. So I say, I'm going to send you this in writing, but we're going to go over this too. I just like to have it in writing if it was me. So here's how I say, let's look through this together. So it tells you you're going to get $400 worth of products in your starter kit, but it's only $149. Okay, so if you look at the next paragraph, those bullet points are going to show you exactly what you get in your starter kit. You get our top 3 selling weight loss products. You get 2 bags of Skinny Brew, a bottle of our Slimming Gummies, and a bottle of our Thermophyte. So I don't really know I can't tell by looking at your picture online, I can't really tell if you need to lose weight or want to lose weight. And usually they're like, oh yes, gosh, I can't wait to try them. But if they do come back and they say, no, I don't need to, then you can always say, well, I'm gonna help you sell those. That's even another way to make extra money. And then I usually say, okay, the paragraph below that says that you're going to get a few surprises in your box, but I'm not going to tell you what they are because I want you to be surprised when you get it. The next paragraph tells you about the bonuses that we've already talked about. And here's where the next paragraph tells you about, everybody always wants to know, do I have a monthly fee? You are not required to spend a dime. But if you want to keep up your technological things that they provide for you, you get them for free the first month. And then after that, they're $20 a month. You're going to be making way more than enough to cover it, but just want you to know that it is not ever a requirement. All right, so down at the bottom, you've got the two options that we use to pay for the starter kit. You can do the full $149 plus tax and shipping. Make sure I throw that in there. Plus tax and shipping up front. Or we know of an app that's not associated with us, but lots of people use it to buy lots of different things. And it'll allow you, after a soft credit check, to pay for your starter kit in 4 payments of $45. And then I pause and I let that be an uncomfortable silence again that they want to feel. And if they don't, I say, how are you feeling about all that? And okay, I'm fixing to stop screen sharing because that's all on my phone. They'll tell me. They'll tell me what their objections are. They're going to have lots of objections at this point. Sometimes they're like, I had one today. She said, I want to get started on Friday when I get paid. That's awesome. Sometimes they're like, let's do it now. That's awesome. Those are few and far between. A lot of times this is your initial contact with them. Still, they just met you a few minutes ago, right? And still, this is going to shorten the distance between the time when you first meet and they actually enroll. It's going to greatly shorten it. And a lot of them will enroll right away. But you've made this deeper connection than they've ever made with anybody who's ever. Hey guys, can y'all go call Mimi? Who's ever talked to them about, oh wait, she's still on the phone. Can you just like take it in there and talk to her? You gotta answer it. Talk to them about making extra money. Like, what an amazing impression you've made on them, right? Okay, so at the end, they're gonna tell you what objections they might have. You're gonna handle those like a champ. And at the end, sometimes they're gonna be like, okay, I need to think about it. Okay, I need to talk to my husband, whatever. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, oh, and wait, let me back up. Before I send the starter kit, if you're on a 3-way call, as the person controlling the call, I'll usually say, hey, distributor, I forgot what I named her. Hey, distributor, is there anything that I left out that you'd like to add that you want to make sure that we went over or whatever? So that gives them time, a chance to chime in, and just sometimes they're like, nope, you covered every single thing, and I'm so excited for Susie Q. And then we roll right in the starter kit. Okay, so at the end, they've given you their objections. They need to think about it, whatever. Get a date. So perfect, totally understand. What day would be a great day for me to, thank you, for me to touch base with you? And you can even give them options. Like, would it be better for me to touch base with you tomorrow or Friday? Whatever. But put them on your calendar and check back in. That way they know, like, I kind of need to have a decision made. Like, I really need to put thought into this, whatever. And then do check back in with them. And between that call and the day that they told you to check back in with them, love on their page, send them a message that says, so enjoyed our call, so excited to meet you today. Nothing about the business, right? If they told you some of their hardships the next day, really and truly say a heartfelt prayer for them and let them know that you did about whatever the issue was or whatever. If you see a post that reminds you of something that they said that you think they would enjoy, send it to them. You're making a friend here. It's not about making an extra dime or 100 or 500 or whatever the case may be. It's about, what can I do to better connect with people so that I know how to serve them and how can I serve them? So it's changed, y'all. It has changed my business. And so many people on my team are just falling in love with their business again because they're utilizing this too. And it just, how sometimes it just feels like you're chasing the numbers. Like sometimes it feels like you've just taken people out of the equation altogether. And it, even though you know you care about these people, somehow you've gotten into this hole of chasing numbers, making sure that you get enough hosts to post up per day, making sure that you ask enough people to join your business each day, making sure that you get all your posts up a day. It's all about how many. It's not about how many for me anymore. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. Not only is it about the quality of the person that I'm bringing in, but it's about what quality am I giving them. So it's been amazing. I hope that y'all embrace that stretch in your comfort bubble and recognize and get excited about it's not pain that you're experiencing, it's the feeling of growth. Okay? So, whatever questions you have, you're welcome to reach out, maybe comment on this. Hopefully, I'll see it. I'm going to link whatever videos go with this series. I know I already have the one that talks about the ways we gather potentials. And if there's anything else that I make in the future, I'll come back and link those too, because I like having all that together. So glad I got this video done for you guys, because I just know when you grab it, it is going to change your business. So let me tell you something fun we're doing on our team. So today I issued them a challenge. For everyone, I'm offering them a prize. The prize comes from me. They're not having to buy into anything. This is just because I know when they do this, like all our paychecks are going to expand, right? So all the people on my team, 5 3-way calls in 10 days. And I'm going to be talking to a bajillion people with them, but I am so excited about it. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Now watch out, we're about to explode.